We start with breaking news. The search in Arapahoe County for a wanted felon who escaped from deputies who were trying to arrest him has now been called off. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Anusha Roy. The search forced a shelter in place in a school to go into a secure perimeter. We're working to find out if those are still in effect. We, of course, will bring you information as soon as it's released. What we do know so far is that Arapahoe County authorities say that they were trying to arrest 56-year-old Sean Hanneman for a parole violation, but that he ended up getting away. They added that he has violent tendencies and is known to carry large knives. They were also searching near Sandburg Elementary, so that area was placed on a secure perimeter. Deputies have now called off that active search about a half hour ago. We have also reported that Hanneman had escaped custody back in 2018. If you happen to see him, call 911 and do not confront him. Winds are turning into a significant enemy as crews continue to fight the gtra fire today. Grew a lot overnight in Jefferson County and then made a run down the mountain when the winds picked up. We know at this point that lightning started this fire. 9 News reporter Lauren Scafidi joins us live from as close to the fire as she can get. What is the latest that you're hearing from firefighters today?
Well, 6 is still shut down here for about 11 miles all the way down to 119. We saw the flames kind of pick up and die down throughout the morning. Right now we just see a little bit of smoke and a helicopter flying overhead. But take a look at this video. This is from just about an hour ago. You can see the flames and the smoke really start to pick up here. The Jeffco Sheriff's Office says there are about 60 firefighters on the ground today, faced with steep terrain, loose rocks, and rattlesnakes. The gtra fire has grown to 198 acres today, up from about 5 yesterday. The Sheriff's Office says lightning likely ignited this fire. There are still no structures at risk, and we've seen at least 2 helicopters flying around here today. After seeing a string of fires throughout the beginning of August, having just one to focus on is a benefit for firefighters.
We're not competing. We don't have other large fires along the Front Range, and I hope that stays true all day long so that we can focus on this one.
She's talking about the quarry fire just a couple of weeks ago, also burning at the same time as the Alexander Mountain fire and the Stone Canyon fire. So today, wind is really going to be a big factor at keeping those flames under control. Live in Jeffco, Lauren Scafidi, 9 News.
It has definitely been such a rough couple of weeks there. We appreciate the update, Lauren. Want to also give you a live look out of Lookout Mountain. Today we are keeping an eye on the sky because we're talking about another round of storms that could be coming our way. Want to head over to Lauren Robinson because I can imagine, Lauren, that lots of people will be watching for the lightning. And then like you just heard Lauren Scafidi talking about the lightning and the wind as well.
That's right. With these storms that'll be coming in later this afternoon into this evening, biggest impacts are looking to be gusty winds and even some hail. Now, the hail will be the biggest impacts mostly along the plains. As we're talking along the Front Range, we're going to look for those gusty winds. We're also going to look for some locally heavy downpours. That could be good and bad. Some areas like burn areas, we're looking for the possibility of localized flooding to come along with that. But then other areas, we could get some much needed moisture. As we take a look at our current live radar, we're starting to see very isolated showers across the western slope and into the high country. You can see these are very brief, very light, a little storm starting to pop up just east of Telluride, but the eastern half of the state still very dry for the next hour or so while we wait for those storms to get started. Now, across Denver is where we're going to see the first approach of those storms, maybe around 1-2 o'clock. They're going to start off pretty isolated initially and then become more scattered across the Denver metro area and into northern portions of the I-25 corridor. As we move through the rest of the afternoon, that's where we're going to see those storms start to spread their way eastward. And because of that, a good portion of Colorado is under a marginal risk for severe weather today. That's a level 1. What we're looking for again are going to be those gusty winds. We're looking for some large hail, especially across the plains. And we're also going to look for some locally heavy downpours that could lead to some flash flooding in some areas. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. I'll have more details on everything we're going to expect coming up in my full 7-day forecast.
All right. Thanks so much for that, Lauren. This afternoon, the brother of Nuggets star Nikola Jokic is set to be arraigned on charges related to a fight during a Nuggets playoff game that happened earlier this year. Video of Strahinja Jokic shows him punching a fan in the face during a game against the Lakers. This was back in April. According to court documents obtained by 9 News investigates, that fan was later diagnosed with a concussion. When investigators approached him, he claimed that he was defending an older man in the stands. The arraignment is set for 1:30 this afternoon. We are still waiting for more details about a shooting involving Thornton police that sent a man to the hospital last night. Officers say they found a man with a warrant at East 120th near Grant Street in North Glen. Investigators say they told him multiple times that he was under arrest, but say that he did not listen and then tried to walk away. That's when an officer fired a taser, which they say did not work, and then officers opened fire. That man has serious injuries. We don't know beyond that what his condition is. We're told that no officers were hurt. Tonight, we are expecting to hear from Colorado's Governor Jared Polis at the DNC this evening. This comes after night 2 featuring 2 big stars of the party, the Obamas. NBC's Alice Barr is at the United Center with more on that and a look ahead at tonight's schedule.
In a show of force from the Democratic Party's biggest star power, former President Barack Obama.
America's ready for a new chapter.
And former First Lady Michelle Obama delivering stirring calls to action.
Hope is making a comeback.
The longtime allies of Vice President Harris offering a ringing endorsement.
Kamala Harris won't be focused on her problems. She'll be focused on yours.
While rebuking former President Trump.
His limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of 2 hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black. Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs?
Doug Emhoff, who hopes to become the nation's first gentleman, paying tribute to his wife.
She's always been there for our children, and I know she'll always be there for yours too.
As delegates turned a ceremonial roll call into a celebration. Harris and her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, rallied in nearby Milwaukee, filling the same arena that hosted last month's Republican National Convention.
In Wisconsin, we fight for the future.
Governor Walz addresses the DNC tonight in a key test of his appeal to white working-class voters. One Illinois delegate who works for the Chicago Federation of Labor pointing to Walz's teachers' union past.
It's clear that they are rooted in working people, and so that makes me very excited.
Excitement building as top Democrats make their case to the nation. In Chicago, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Our Kyle Clark also bringing us coverage from the DNC all week long. You can see him live tonight in Chicago after night 3 on Next, and then again at 9 on 9 News at 10 o'clock.